They say the earth breathes here. We rebuilt the old wall, not to keep them out, but to force them close. Xerxes gave us 4 days to flee. He thought our silence was fear. A king does not sleep when the wolf is at the door. We oiled our hair. We sharpened our spears. We prepared for the beautiful death. They offered us earth and water. They offered us chains of gold. He asked for our weapons. Molon Labe, he said. Come and take them. They sent the Medes first, light armor, soft hearts, shoulder to shoulder, the wall of bronze. Then we fought in the shade, like water breaking on rock. We did not run, we walked. They were many, but they were not soldiers. 3 times the king stood in fear for his army. 1 machine, 1 breath. Day 1 ended, and the immortals were waiting. The armor is heavy, the shield is a burden, but the silence is the heaviest of all. They mourned their dead, we slept. The immortals, 10,000. If one falls, another takes his place. They did not scream, they did not rush. They came to break our reach. Then we showed them the teeth of the wolf. Trust the man to your left. We gave them hope, and then we took it away. We killed the myth. Their numbers were their chains. Pain is information, nothing more. We built a wall of their dead. They were not immortal. They died just the same. That night there were no Spartans, no Thespians, only brothers. But gold can find a path where armies cannot. The gate was open, the prophecy was clear. The king must die. He told them to go, to live, to fight another day. Thespians, Thebans, and us. The final sum. We made ourselves beautiful for Hades. The trap was sprung. The wolf was surrounded. We did not wait to be slaughtered in a pen. We went to meet them, a small island in a sea of enemies. The shade was coming. We held the roof against the rain. You do not fall until the line falls. Then the hammer fell. The spears broke. The swords were drawn. The king was a lion let loose. The jaws closed. The lion fell. We fought for his body as if it were Sparta itself. We dragged our heart up the hill. Every step cost them blood. We had nothing left but our teeth and our nails. And then the world went quiet. The god king had seen enough of Spartan valor. They would not come up the hill. They sent death from afar. We looked at the sun, and we smiled. They buried us in iron, and then silence. The debt was paid. They feared us even in death. He looked upon the man who made him bleed. He tried to cut the legend from the man. They marched on to Athens, but they left their courage here. Go tell the Spartan stranger passing by that here, obedient to their laws, we lie. Bad news travels on bleeding feet. He carried the weight of 300 ghosts. Silence spoke for him. He did not return. He came home on his shield. Grief is a luxury. Rage is a weapon. Athens bought life with a city of stone. Wood floats, stone sinks. We choose the wood. They found a ghost city. They burned the temples of the gods. Now we have no walls, only these wooden decks. He held the ashes, but he did not hold the soul. We built another wall, but walls are not enough. The nephew rose to finish the uncle's work. The vanguard was forgotten. but the main force had arrived. We carried their memory on our spear tips, the final breath before the scream. It begins. They tried to sting us, but the skin of the beast was thick. The gods were silent, so we waited. To stand and bleed is harder than to charge. The dam broke, and then the avalanche. Bronze is heavier than weaker. The general rode tall. The golden target. The king falls to a stone like any other man, and the courage of the East died with him. They ran, but you cannot outrun a memory. For Leonidas, we did not want their gold. We wanted their blood. It was done. We left the land to the fire. We trusted the wood. No glory for the rower, only the rhythm. We showed them fear. We sold them a lie. He built a theater to watch us die. Their numbers became their cage. The song changed. We became the spear, the kiss of the bronze. The decks became the battlefield. Even the enemy had their wolves. She sank her own to save herself. The sea takes the gold and the iron alike. There was no mercy in the water. The gods saw his reflection in the water, and it was broken. We walked on a floor of ruin. The water washed them clean. The wooden wall held. The tide brought them home. The sun set on their ambition. The bronze was a second skin, heavier than the first. We drank iron, we tasted copper. The world narrows to a slit of light. The shield eats the arm. We fix the tools of death by starlight. The breath is squeezed out. You die standing up. A fraction of an inch between glory and the grave. We scraped the war off. But it stained deep. Sleep was just a small death. The fear did not leave. We just commanded it to sit. Find the gap. Fill it. Break the foundation. The tower falls. We did not eat for pleasure. We ate to kill. If you can stand, you can fight. We left our names in the dust. We were not men. We were the wall. The beasts knew better than we did. The sky wept for us. And when the bronze broke, we became earth. We walked back to the world of the living. She looked for the man she knew, but he was still in the shield wall. We hung up the bronze. Our hands were made for iron, not flesh. They drank the wine of victory. We tasted the vinegar. We buried the blade, and we prepared the next harvest. We gave the earth its share. The face in the bronze was a stranger. The land forgets, but we remember. We wore the history on our skin. The years fell like snow. We died one by one, until the last of us was smoke. Then we became ink, and then we became stone. The earth changed, the mountain remains. We are the roots now. You look at us through glass, but we were not iron. We were flesh, just like you. The words are stone, but the spirit is wind, and the gates are still hot. The storm will come again, and who will stand? Will you? We hold the line. Forever, Molon Labe, the forgotten vanguard. The stone remembers.